Welcome back to another video. I really appreciate you coming in. Yes, I really appreciate your questions. Please post more questions on this video. Some questions that I'd like to get to. One is from Bobby Rock, and it says, thanks again, Thelma. I had a question, then took it down after calling eBay. Do you advertise on Twitter or Facebook? My husband and I both sell almost full-time, and we do not do Facebook or Twitter. Wondering if it would help. Well, in my opinion, I had a Facebook page for a long time, and I was using it, able to keep track of what I was doing, things that I would find, and I would post them, but I never generated any business out of it. What I did generate was a troll, and she posted a vicious note on there, and I don't know how connected that fan page or whatever it was that I had was to my personal Facebook, but I just didn't want any of my friends and family to be exposed to that, so I shut that down. Other than that, I don't use Facebook for that. Now, what I have been doing is sharing my listings. I have this app, and I don't remember the name of it because I don't no longer keep it on there. I just use it, but it's an app that automatically posts your listings if you want on Twitter and on Instagram. And that's really nice, because if you want to share your listing, you can share it immediately, picture and everything. And I have generated some business with my personal Facebook when I have shared. And I don't share everything. I don't want to bore my friends with all of my sales, or my postings of what I'm selling. But it has surprisingly generated 2 big sales for me on there, because I posted a picture of my Louis Vuitton Keep All the Big 55 that I no longer could use because it was extremely heavy for me to use. I hated to part with it, but I made a really good profit on there, because I bought it for about $500 back in the 90s, and I sold it for over $800. And a friend of mine saw it, and it was the posting that I shared from Poshmark. She saw it, and she went to Poshmark and purchased it. And then when I was about to go through the transaction, I saw that it was my friend who lives right next door to me, two blocks down in the same neighborhood, friend and neighbor. So I texted her and I said, I can sell this to you without you having to worry about waiting for the shipping and whatnot. So I took it down off of Poshmark. I just deleted the sale and sold it to her directly, and she came and picked it up. And I wouldn't have done that on eBay if I would have gotten a bid. I think that's kind of iffy. I don't think that would be the ethical thing to do, but since this was just listed on Poshmark, and she actually saw it on Facebook, I went ahead and sold it to her. And that happened again with another listing that I shared, and she did not buy it this time. She texted me and said, I want the other Louis Vuitton. And I also made a profit on that one. So I do advertise in that way. Etsy, there is also an app where there's also a little share button. And on eBay, there's a share button. So I definitely take advantage of that. I do it on Pinterest. I do it on Poshmark. I do it on everything pretty much except Amazon. So yeah, definitely use those apps. Use those other social media sites. They definitely can benefit you. If anything, just to get your exposure. I mean, I see things on there that I want to buy every time. I follow a few resellers on Instagram and on Twitter, and I see some things that I gotta like, oh my gosh, I don't need that. I don't want to buy it. I do have a Pinterest board, one I have that's called Etsy Excellence, and I put a lot of my Etsy things there. I have another board called, I got it for 99 cents, a little tip to Malcolm Moore's song thrift store. So very often put in my my big ticket items onto Poshmark, that are on Poshmark or Etsy or eBay. I always put them on Pinterest. And if I want to add more, I'll do Twitter, and I often do Facebook as well, because I know that a lot of my friends love designer goods as well, and if they can see them there and then they're not too sure whether they want to go through the whole process of buying it online, they can buy it from me directly. I hope I answered your question and didn't ramble too much. And then we have about the zipper. I've never tried the wax on the zipper. If you guys know how to soften up a tough zipper, let me know. I often take things like that to my husband. I don't know what he does with them. He's done things with files and stuff that he can fix for me, and he's fixed zippers for me and things like that on handbags. So if anybody else has any tips. From Sharon, she says, great info, thanks Thelma. I wanted to add that you could also do a live Google Hangout as well and take questions. via chat box. Now, I really, really would love to do that, Miss Sharon, and I will definitely look into that. Not looked into it because I do not have my Mac. I need to repurchase my Mac. It's a long story. What happened, and I'm so heartbroken, and I don't want to commit to any other laptop or computer. I just love the Mac, so I'm going to try to get another one and start looking into these Google Chats and the live streaming. They sound really exciting, and I know they're a lot of fun. I watch a lot of girls who do it here on YouTube, and I often have to catch it not live, but the other way because I'm working during those hours. But they're a lot of fun and very interesting. I would definitely want to do that. Okay. Then, Pentecostal Texas boy, thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the Q&A. Okay, and then Amy from Baby Girl 77 said thank you for answering her question. I also answered your email, Amy, so I hope you got it about that particular blue handbag, cute little handbag. I hope you sell it. And I did send you a reply to your questions and a little bit of advice on how to list that, because people say that you don't have to elaborate on Poshmark, and that is far from the truth. That is far from I can't tell you how many times I've asked questions, and I have done a video on it, so I don't know if I may put a link on it here about how to list on Poshmark, because I will see a dress or something and okay, maybe the photo is not that great, but if you at least describe it to me, if you tell me what fabric it is, I don't know if it's wool, satin, flimsy little cotton t-shirt material. I can't tell from the photo. Tell me what the fabric is. Tell me if it has a zipper. Tell me if it has a belt. I mean, you just have to learn how to write succinctly so that you can convey what that garment is. Because when you look in a magazine, guys, just look in the magazine down. Get yourself a Vogue or something and look at the detail on a tiny little piece of text. It's going to tell you there, gabardine. It's going to tell you what length it is, mini, midi, whatever. It will detail it for you because you're looking at it on a picture and you cannot touch it. You cannot feel it. You cannot see it closely. Turn it around and see what it is. And if you want me to buy it, tell me about it, because that's what I do when I list my things on Poshmark or anywhere else. But especially Poshmark, because it is clothing. I've left questions that don't get answered. 2 months later, they're like, oh, I'm sorry that I didn't answer. Well, you know what? I already bought the brown dress I was looking for. I was looking for a brown dress to go with my red scarf or whatever. 2 months later, that's too late. You have to answer your questions immediately, or don't provide a need for questions if you put your listing in detail. Now, granted, they don't allow you more than 3 or 4 pictures on Poshmark. That's where your text comes in. That's where you have to make sure your buyer knows what they're looking at. Now, I know there's people out there who say they don't do it, they don't have time for it. That's fine. But I think if you really want to sell the item quickly and you want to generate more interest, be specific. Or handbags. They'll put one picture of a handbag from the top. Okay, so what do the handles look like? How long are they? Is it a shoulder strap? Is it a stiff bag? Is it a soft bag? What is it? If you're not familiar with it, if it's not a popular Louis Vuitton brand that everybody knows by name, then, I mean, tell me about it. So anyway, that's my rant about listing. Definitely elaborate on those, okay? It's important. It really is. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, Miss Alexandra S. had a solution to that, with that problem with the smoke smell on a bag, that stench that permeates a bag, permeates clothes. She said to put in some coffee. So I'm assuming it's coffee grounds, maybe in some cheesecloth or something. Please let us know a little bit more. Miss Alexandra, I really appreciate your feedback on that, because that is very, very important. These smells are so offensive. Okay. Keeper says, for the next Q&A, what's the maximum amount of things you've ever had listed on your favorite sites? Was it manageable? How did you organize things to keep up with it all? Well, I talked about the last time how I keep certain things in this room. Most of the wearable things, like I don't sell too many clothes. I've told you that before on my eBay Power Seller Tips video. I talk a lot about what kind of clothing I actually look for and to sell, because I don't go out and buy. I mean, if I see a pair of True Religion jeans or something for 99 cents, of course I'm going to pick that up. But I don't go out and hunt men's shirts or anything like that too much. But that kind of thing I will keep in a back closet that I have in the other room, and in this armoire or in my closet. And I do wash them so they can lose their stench if they have a thrift store or storage scent. to them. I do wash them, keep them in my closet, and I don't have a whole bunch, like I said, but that's where I keep them. The most I have listed is probably right now, I have 500 things listed, and this is not FBA. I have 500 things listed on Amazon, most of which are books and toys and puzzles. And, stamps. A lot of the rubber stamps are on there as well. What else? Oh, a few computer items. What do you call it? Peripherals for computers, things like that, are on Amazon, and they total close to 500. On eBay, I think I have about 45, and it fluctuates anywhere from 40 to 60. Okay, now on eBay, I have about 45 to 48 items on a regular basis. I mean, sometimes it fluctuates down to 20 because I don't have a store. Again, I just try to cut costs wherever I can. I don't have a store, so I go for the free listings. Right now, eBay is doing free listings all December. Is that correct? I don't know, because I've been putting one after another, renewing everything, and I'm not getting charged for those listings. So I have about 45 there. And then on Etsy, I believe I have over 100 items, if I'm not mistaken. No, they're not too hard. I cross-list a lot of things. They're not too hard to keep up with. I kind of know where everything is. My books are in the bookshelf. My jewelry is in the jewelry area. The wearables are in the wearable area. So no, it's not really hard at all. Once you've had them on there and you know kind of what category they go into, where you store them, it's really not hard to keep up with them. Everything runs pretty smoothly. Quite a few items for sale. Poshmark. I don't even know how many I have on Poshmark. I think about 80 things, maybe less. I don't know, because they're selling. I'm really doing really well on Poshmark, and I like it. So that's about it. I think I answered your question there. Okay. Thelma, I just happened to be watching this video, and all of a sudden I hear you citing my question about Periscope. I was so surprised. I love your videos. Oh, thank you so much. That was really sweet. The questions were a little scant. I hope you guys post more questions, but I think I covered them all. And I also wanted to address a question that someone had posted on my other video, Bobby Rock, I believe it was. And it was about the returns on eBay. I really have become quite lenient with returns. I really feel that it has benefited me in the long run. Excuse me. Oh, that coffee's so good. It's Texas pecan. I really feel it's been beneficial to become a little bit more lenient on returns. Especially on eBay, what I have done, I haven't had a return in a long time, but I have been a lot more lenient than I used to be. I don't think it's worth getting the hit on your feedback and all of that. Go ahead and let the buyer return it. Sometimes if it's even less than 10, I'll just tell them to keep it and I refund their money. I feel that a happy customer is a returning customer. I feel that a happy customer will leave a nice feedback for you, and that in turn really helps people trust you as a seller. So, I mean, I know that I look at feedback, especially if I'm buying something like a handbag that might be a little bit more expensive. If you have even a 95, and I don't buy from you, because I'll read the feedback. I mean, sometimes I know it's unjustified, and I'll read the feedback, but if it says something like it was not in the condition it was supposed to be, or as described was incorrect, or it was not authentic, I don't care if you're selling 10 authentic bags. If you sold someone a fake bag, I will never, ever buy from you, because to me, that's just a mortal sin. So, yeah, that's the way I handle returns. I'm usually very lenient. If I think that because you're not going to sit there and argue with the customer. One time I had a customer who told me that that the handbag was not red, but orange, or vice versa, and then we started going about sienna or rust or whatnot, and that she accused me of doctoring my photos, and this was long before I even had such an app on my phone to enhance my photos. Now the things like Posh actually help you enhance your photos, and I don't always take advantage of that because that can get you in trouble. So we went for that, and she finally got her refund, and from then on I thought, you know what, this is not even worth my time. Just return the money. So I mean, it's a case-by-case basis, of course. You decide on that, but that's kind of the way I handle it. If it's not too much of a monetary loss on my behalf, I really feel in the long run it's beneficial to provide those refunds and to say that you you provide refunds, because as I mentioned before, it doesn't matter if you write right there in big black and white letters, no refunds. If that customer wants a refund, that customer is going to get a refund. eBay has a buyer protection policy, and that's what happens. It is what it is. So guys, I think I addressed all the questions. I sure hope I did. Please post more questions. I really am enjoying this session. I hope that you guys are as well. Please come back again. Please post more questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.